your cowboy era now?
What do you think?
You look like Magic Mike. Hi, my name's Erin.
I'm Elena.
Welcome to the channel.
If you're new and you're into this, hit that subscribe button below. So BookTok has popularized a lot of subcategories when it comes to romance.
Yeah, it's really opened our eyes to what is actually hot. Hockey players,
Billionaires,
STEM,
your brother's best friend,
your best friend's brother, workplace, romance, whatever Colleen Hoover is considered.
plenty of options.
But one that piqued our interest was
The cowboys.
cowboys. We decided to see for ourselves, are cowboys hot?
We did this by binge reading all of Elsie Silver's Chestnut Spring series.
We really immersed ourselves in the cowboy world.
I'm still there.
So, the Chestnut Spring series is a 5-book series
Set in a small town in Canada. It's got your small town vibes and it focuses primarily on one family, the Eatons, who run Wishing Well Ranch. Each book focuses on the love story of a different family member.
The first book is called Flawless, and it follows the baby brother Rhett, who is a professional bull rider.
Yeah, he is.
The second book is called Heartless, and it follows the oldest brother Cade, who is a single dad and runs the family ranch.
The third book in the series, Powerless, focuses on an unofficial adopted brother Jasper, who is a professional hockey player. Then we have book 4, Reckless, which follows Rhett, the baby brother from book 1. It's his protege in the bull riding circle and his love story. And then bringing it home, the middle brother gets his own book in book 5, which is Hopeless.
And his name is Bo, and he is in the military.
Perfect.
These books are quick reads, very formulaic. There's not a ton of plot. The romance is the plot.
Which is how I was able to read all 5 in 6 days.
They're all available on Kindle Unlimited, which also helped.
Huge bonus. So let's talk about the books individually and rank them in order of worst to best. These will be non-spoiler reviews.
Yeah.
The absolute worst of these is the third book, Powerless,
which follows Jasper the hockey player.
He gets together with the Eaton boy's cousin, Sloane, who he's known since childhood, obviously, and they finally get together. Except it's freaking painful to read. Oh my God, I have never disliked a couple more.
Which is sad, because she's a ballerina and he's a hockey player. It sounds like it would be a really cute
It should
mashup.
be so sweet.
Yeah.
It was one of the cringiest books I've ever read in my life.
I don't know what she was thinking with that one. She really went off the rails.
The first 10 pages are instantly like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
What is this, Elsie? The second worst, and it pains me to say this, was Bo's story, book 5, Hopeless.
First and foremost, Bo is 12 years older than...
More than that, I think.
Wow. How much
Wait, okay, she's 21 and he's 30...
He's like 37 or something. He's 35.
35, that sounds
and
right.
she's 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's an age gap.
It's a little cringe.
Yeah, plus I think for me, the biggest reason it was a letdown is because I was so looking forward to Bo's love story.
Yeah.
In the other books, he's characterized...
He's so cute in the other books.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Yeah.
He's really sunshiny and funny and easygoing and fun to be around. But then by book 5, he pretty much has a total personality change, which fine, he has PTSD, like, I get it, but it wasn't the story that I had been looking forward to.
It kind of reminded me of Colin in Bridgerton, because everybody is so anticipated his story, and then he was an absolute dick in his own book, and it ruined him for everyone. And this felt very similar.
But it wasn't quite as bad as Powerless, so nothing can top that for me. That shower scene...
Where does she get these ideas? Yeah, okay, yeah.
I don't want to know. But don't worry, it's all going up from here, because next there are 2 that are kind of tied for the next place, and that is the first book, Flawless, and the 4th book, Reckless.
Yeah, both of which follow the bull riders.
Yeah, and you know what? They're good.
The characters were a little more endearing and easier to root for.
100%.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised to see Theo, the protege, get his own book. In book 1, Rhett falls in love with Summer, who is his agent's daughter. She's beautiful, but she has a complicated family history. And then in book 4, his protege, Theo, falls for Summer's sister.
Winter.
Winter, of course.
As you do.
Yeah. At least they acknowledge in practically every book how
Cringe that was.
Yeah, that their names are Summer and Winter.
Yeah, and Winter isn't characterized very well in the first book because of her rocky relationship with Summer. So it was really refreshing.
Yeah, she gets a redemption story.
Yeah.
Those two are good.
Okay. Which leaves
the very best Chestnut Springs book, which is book 2, Heartless, the single dad. Oh.
The real cowboy.
Yep, the most cowboy of the cowboys.
This book is good also because the love interest Willa is just such a firecracker. She's so fun to read.
Yeah, she's hilarious. I want to be her friend in real life.
Yeah. They did a good job with the single dad trope in that one as far as Willa's relationship with the son, who's 5 years old.
True.
At some parts I was like, but generally speaking, that's a really hard plot to navigate, and I think that they did a good job.
Yeah, I totally agree. So now let's get down to the issue at hand. Are cowboys hot? So starting with evidence that cowboys are indeed hot, the books that we liked were the cowboy books, the bull riders, running the ranch, going around on your horse and your saddle.
With
Those
your
were
hat.
the good ones.
Yeah, the top 3 are the ones that were actually cowboys. The ones that we didn't like were the hockey player
And the
military guy.
That's a pretty solid
Strong
argument
Agreed.
for the cowboys.
Yeah.
I think our biggest piece of evidence is our boy Cade.
He's the only real cowboy in all 5 of these. He literally ropes cattle, which I think is the definition of a cowboy.
Right? I'm pretty
not sure, but I think so.
He has that classic cowboy tough exterior. You know, he's always scowling at first, but then love is able to crack through that. And if anyone could do it, it's Willa. She could make anybody laugh. And seeing that softer side, it makes him so hot. Also, one thing that's so hot about Cade like takes care of himself. He can cook, he can clean, he takes care of the ranch, he's the responsible one. That's my kind of guy right there.
Yeah, he's a great dad. He has a great relationship with his son.
And he's one of the only dudes that didn't seem to have a fuckboy phase.
I know. In fact, like, he's done right by every woman that he's been with, you know?
He's respectful of women.
Yes. The first interaction he has with Willa, the thing that attracts him to her is her laugh.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was so cute. Do you know what I mean?
It's so cute.
Yeah. So Cade is hot, and he was the cowboy of cowboys. So that's a pro.
That's a point in the cowboy camp for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
Our second point is the cowboy outfits.
Which Elsie Silver really likes to describe, thankfully.
Yep. I mean, Cade's all black everything cowboy fit. He had black chaps, the black t-shirt, the black cowboy hat. Even his horse's tack was black.
Very nice. And she would always talk about the shape of their butt.
Oh, yeah.
In their Wranglers, specifically in their Wranglers. And it was nice.
I do think that's something that's unique to these cowboy romances.
Yeah, like, you're not seeing what Reese's butt looks like behind those wings. I also like how they talk about the cowboy hat and how if you put the cowboy hat on a woman, then that means she's got to ride the cowboy.
You wear the hat, you ride the cowboy.
There we go.
I honestly missed that in Jasper's book. I'm like, hockey players, there's no equivalent.
No. The other pro for the cowboys in these series is that they were all so respectful.
Switching sides with their ladies so that they're the one walking close to the street on the sidewalk. All these girls were passenger princesses, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. Taking care of them when they got sick.
Oh,
holding their hair back.
That was sweet.
Not abandoning their children.
It's always good.
Low bar, but you know.
But there is another side to this story. There are some cons to the cowboy romances.
Namely, their alter egos in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just, I was not into that. I'm sure, that's obviously why these books are so popular, is because people do like that. But every single one of these cowboys seem to flip a switch as soon as they get into a bedroom situation. And it was jarring.
It was a little jarring.
And the women would change characters too and become so meek and mild and insecure or inexperienced. And that's not how these characters necessarily were outside of the bedroom. So you literally felt like you were in like the Twilight Zone every time they would get in one of these situations. And I was like, I'm not into it.
Suddenly everyone has a different personality.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. I think the biggest example of this is Willa in book 2. She is such a confident, hilarious,
self-assured. Her mom
Yes.
literally is a sex therapist.
Literally, her mom is a sex therapist.
Yeah.
And she starts off having some sexual agency, which I thought was amazing. That first scene with her, I was like, you go, girl. You get what you want.
Yeah.
But then Cade kind of takes over, and the rest of the book is a lot of him being in charge of the sex.
She keeps bringing up that he's older and more experienced, and it just felt like, yeah, she was along for the ride and he was the star of the show, which I didn't really like. There are so many people that are reading these books, and did you not feel like when you were reading it thinking,
oh yeah,
how are some of these people, what are they thinking? What is going through their mind when they read? Are they into this? Like that? Is that what they want?
And some of them were so bad. Jasper and Sloane's scenes were, I could barely get through them.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, we aren't the most experimental when it comes to spice in books. So
I didn't know where you were going with that at first. I was like, how?
I was like, don't tell people that on the internet. So there were times it was a bit much for us. Not all the time though. I still found a lot of the spicy scenes to be
really
pretty hot. So yeah, the sexual alter egos, I don't know.
Generally considered a con in my book.
Yeah.
I much prefer the scenes with Xaden and Reese where there's just a huge explosion of power and lightning.
True!
And wings and shadows.
Someone
and
needs to be
like,
glowing.
Yeah, and I don't know. I thought that was way more fun than hearing some cowboy like boss you around.
Yeah, not
in
a
hot
single
tub.
piece of furniture was broken.
Con.
So how good was it? Okay, what other evidence do we have that cowboys are maybe not hot?
I think Elsie Silver really seemed to hammer home the point that these guys were into seeing beard burn
Oh my God,
on
yeah.
their ladies. Like to the point where they would have rashes.
They were envisioning the beard burn before it happened and showing off the beard burn.
No.
Which is a rash.
Yeah, like that's not what I want.
Yeah, like please don't go scrub daddy on my chest.
Exactly. What part of that feels hot?
Yeah, that was a no. That was a no. Which reminds me of something that you specifically did not enjoy, which is Rhett's long hair.
Greasy, long hair that would then like blanket cover her and therefore probably just destroy her pores. I don't understand why she was into that. She'd be like, his hair is covered, curtain
like a
over my
curtain.
face. I'm like, no. He wears a hat all day. That thing, you know that's greasy.
He rides bulls.
Disgusting. I don't think so.
And I think at times it was a little bit incestuous feeling.
Yeah.
The family tree is a little complicated
It
now.
was. I think that, I mean, I understand why she did it, but at some point you were like, good God, do these people know anyone outside of this circle?
I know it's a small town, but
How
we
small?
Actually, yeah, and we didn't really see other town people.
In the third book, Jasper is an adopted brother, but he basically ends up with his adopted cousin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's grown up with this girl as a family member.
It's a little weird, and they all do acknowledge that and tease him relentlessly for it. But it's still weird.
It's still weird.
I don't want to spoil anything, but the person Harvey ends up with?
That's wrong. Harvey is their dad.
Harvey is the dad, and I loved him. He's so cute and funny.
Yeah, but his love story is a bit concerning.
And why did he need to have a love story? I kind of wished he had just stayed the inappropriate,
yeah,
but ultimately accepting and loving father. But of course, everybody has to end up with somebody.
3 out of the 5 books, the guys get with girls that are younger to significantly younger.
Oh yeah.
And I did not like that trend.
I'm ready to move away from that in romance.
Yeah.
Like, can we be done with that?
I know, I'm saying that, and I'm just realizing that, like, Reese is 500 years old. So I guess I don't really have a leg to stand on.
I mean...
Why does it feel more disturbing that a 35-year-old would get with a 21-year-old than a 500-year-old getting with an 18 or 19-year-old chick?
I mean, we're already believing that people have wings.
Yeah, you can just suspend that in the ether.
Right. But it's weird. I'm kind of over it. I just don't think it's necessary.
No, especially when it's kept coming up in like a dominant type situation when they get in the bedroom. Like
True.
It was always like they are so much more experienced.
Right.
And I'm tired of that trope. Like I just want the women to be as experienced and as confident as the men. And I really don't think that was the case in most of these.
I agree.
Not all. Yeah.
So in conclusion, are they hot?
No.
I'm going yes. Do I feel a little bit of shame?
I do like that they're Canadian. I think Canadians in general are hot.
Canadian cowboys, baby.
I don't know, cowboys. I mean, being around bulls and stuff, like they probably smell.
Yeah,
they
do.
Like give you beard burn.
They're dirty.
And long hair. I'll appreciate them. Like I will check out their butt in the jeans, but that's about as far.
You know what I think it is? I was a horse girl growing up.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder if that is it. I did not read these books and be like, yes, I want a cowboy. I mean, you clearly, like, look at you.
I bought in. And I'm not super into romance or spicy scenes, but some of these scenes, they had me sweating. I'll be real with you. I was like, oh my.
To be fair, I guess my ideal guy is the brooding emo writer, not a sexy, rugged cowboy.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stick with that.
Hey, you do you, and I'll be real. At heart, I'm still a romantasy girl. I still would rather have a fae than a cowboy.
Agreed.
I don't think I'll ever read a hockey romance
No,
again.
I think that this series has absolutely ruined any chance of hockey romance books. Yep. What is wrong with them? Same with military, although I could have told you that a long time ago.
Yeah, I kind of expected that.
Yeah. I think I'm into the single dad, though.
I love the single dad. And just to bring it home, I enjoyed him.
I really don't think I'll ever read one again, to be honest. I didn't hate them, but I didn't like them at all. And I found myself really obsessing over the fact that other people read and enjoy them. Like,
I definitely noticed at first when I was reading them, I was kind of making fun of it. And in my head, I was like, oh, okay, you know? But then Erin read them a little bit after me, and she was sending me hilarious reaction texts. But I realized that at first I was feeling a little bit defensive.
I could tell. You were like, it's good.
I was like, yeah. I swear they're so cute together, and it's really hot and romantic, I swear. And I realized, I
you actually do like them. Yeah.
You know, there's something out there for everyone.
Yeah.
I guess we need to keep hunting to see what Erin's super specific booktok boyfriend category is. Maybe billionaire. Maybe mob boss.
Of course it's going to be a billionaire. I'm sorry, like, of course we're going to have to read them next.
All right, let us know in the comments what totally unhinged billionaire romance we should read.
Yeah, so that is our review of the Chestnut Spring series.
And our personal journeys with cowboys as a concept.
If you liked this video, please like this video. Let us know what you think about cowboys. Are they hot?
And subscribe if you want to see more content from us. It will not all be cowboy related. So until our next video, see you soon.